Hey, how's it going? So right now we're storing user sessions using express session. And right now we're using the default session store, which is in memory. So basically that ID that is sent over to the browser and set in a cookie, and that same ID, which is the key in an object where the value is a user session, all of those things are being stored in memory of this program. And there's two big problems with storing those things in memory of this program. So the first problem is right here, and it's stated in the express session documentation. So here it says, the default server-side session storage, the memory store, is purposely not designed for a production environment. It will cause memory leaks most of the time and does not scale. It's meant for debugging and developing. So obviously doing this with just storing the session in memory of the node.js program is not recommended and is not suitable for any production environment. And the second problem with doing that, storing it in the memory store, is that I don't know if you noticed in my last video, but I would change just one piece of code, just one line, and it would restart my node.js server. And then I would have to log into my application again because my sessions will be lost every time the program is restarted, which is not really, it's really annoying in development having to log in like 20 times. So those are things that we can fix using another session store. So luckily Express Session has a list of session stores that we can use. And by far the most popular, if not, one of the most, if not the most popular way to do it is using Redis. So here we're going to use this guide of using Redis to store user sessions. And I'm not going to do the exact same thing as here, but I'm just going to use it as a guide to what I'm doing. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is install Io Redis into your package or project. Io Redis is basically a library that lets you connect Redis with node.js. Then you want to install connect Redis, and that's going to let us connect Redis to Express Session. And also I've used Io Redis in the past and it's been very reliable. It's never failed on me, so I really recommend it. And another thing you want to do is make sure you have Redis installed on your computer and that you can run this command, redis-cli. If you get this thing right here with no error, then you're all set and you can get started. So I'm just going to run our server. And so the first thing we want to do is import Io Redis, and it returns us a class. So we want to make sure it's a capital R at the beginning because it's a class. So we do require Io Redis. Okay. And then we can go down here and instantiate that class to create a Redis client. So we do const Redis client equals new Redis. And it's this same Redis client that we're going to use for the rest of the series to communicate with our Redis server. Okay. So now that we have the client, we're going to want to import connect Redis. So here, up here, we can go const Redis, capital R, Redis store is equal to require connect Redis. And then in the constructor or whatever this is, I don't know if it's a function or a class, you pass in the library express session. So the same session that you're using, it's going to configure connect Redis to be able to use express session, right? So now we can just go in here and explicitly state the store where we want to save our sessions, and that would be a new Redis store. So we're creating a new Redis store right here, and the client would be the Redis client that we created. So it's going to use our Redis client to communicate with Redis. Okay, so we're all set, and I'm just going to show a little demonstration on how useful this is. So I'm going to log in with the same account I created in the other episodes. So I'm logged in right now, as you can see, refresh, I'm logged in, right? let me restart my server. Okay, so normally when you restart a server and you're not using any session store, you would have to log in again. But as you can see, when I refresh, I am still logged in. Okay, so this is very useful and it's a great thing to use every time you use Express Session. And I recommend using Redis because it's a lot faster than things like MongoDB or PostgreSQL for sessions. So Redis is very fast and I recommend it. Okay, so thanks for watching this video and I'll see you in the next one.